Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
So, I'm back. Hey, Cardi B, I know you're watching this, but guess what? I know you tried to take some of my money out of the Chase Bank, but guess what? I'm banking with TD. I'm banking with TD, baby. I got your dumb ass. I'm banking with TD, okay? Because guess what? Cardi B, you're gonna download me. All right, what is going on, entertainers? I am going to be recapping Tasha K's interview with Mama Blue, okay? Da Mama, as she calls herself, Karlissa. Y'all, Tasha K has such a talent for getting people to be vulnerable and to really break down. It's sad that like this whole Cardi B thing happened because this lady really has a gift. And like I want to be at that level of knowing how to like emotionally kind of like manipulate someone to basically drop the walls and to really be emotional, tell you everything. Because she's done that now. I've seen 2 videos in a row. Blueface's sister and now Blueface's mom. So I'm like, she's good at what she does. Don't get me wrong. Like the interview wise, like the girl got the chops. Okay, she really does. So first of all, she looks young as hell. The mama looks young. I'm talking about like super, super young. Like she looks very, very youthful. She's just like, so yeah, you know, I got the pearls from John, and like, yeah, Blue got it for me, yeah. So like, she was giving. I was just like, okay, like late 30s. She was giving late 30s, early 40s, but she's way older than that. So I'm like, props up to your mama, like seriously. So she starts to basically talk about like her childhood and everything like that. And y'all already know Tasha K, y'all. She had to make sure the wine was in there. So she just like, so hold on. She needs some more wine. We gotta have all the wine together, okay? Cheers. Cheers, okay. Cheers. Uh-huh. Let's cheers again. Yeah. Okay, go on. So she was, you know, trying to get her, and that's why she has them drink wine too. It loosens them up, you know, it gets them a little bit more aloof to really pop their ish and do them a big one and really talk that hoo-ha. So it was getting it up there. So right. So she was talking about how like the moms and stuff was on drugs. Like her mom at one point was dealing with substances and stuff as a young child. What I like that the mama admitted, she basically admitted that at one point she was like Chrisean. Like she literally was a younger Chrisean. Like right now, when she was younger, she used to act just how Chrisean used to act. So I'm just like, see, that's that karma, baby. That's that karma. It's coming to bite you in that booty. Okay, because the sister when they called her was just like, see, remember when you used to act like this, basically like, hey, like that's what you get, because now Chrisean's giving you your karma back. Because when she was in, she said she used to, you know, she used to be about that action. Okay, she used to be about that action. So I liked hearing about Blueface's upbringing and stuff like that, about how she basically compared herself to like Tina Knowles and like Joe Jackson, which I'm like, Tina I get, but Joe, don't do that, because that means you if they didn't, you know, make that commercial, okay, if they didn't book that commercial, that means you feel me. If they didn't get that music contract, so don't say Joe Jackson. Tina Knowles, okay, because that's a great example, right? So then she talked about how the older brother at one point was imprisoned, unfortunately, for about like, I think she said like 13 years, like 13 to 15 years, around that amount. So it was like a long, long time. So she was basically at that point hustling. And before that even happened, she was saying how like in LA, because you guys already know, Los Angeles is like, it's for the violence. I'm being very careful because YouTube been playing with me. So sorry if you see me censoring myself through this whole recap a lot. It's because they've been really playing with me. So they've been, you know how LA is with that type of gang violence. They really are with that or whatever. So she's been trying to get the kids away from that lifestyle for a minute. She even says she met this rich man who tried to, you know, who he lived on the, you know, the nicer side of Los Angeles. So she was trying to get the kids up there, like, oh, let's go. By the time she did it, the brother got unfortunately incarcerated. So I was like, damn. So she was like, she literally missed him getting incarcerated by like a month because she was almost moved there fully, right? So she even talked about an instance where Blueface was like, when is my brother coming home? And she didn't have an answer. And Blueface threw a fit, y'all. Blueface was like, no, like kicking the walls, like pissed because she wanted his older brother home, right? And then it was fun. Let me tell y'all the funny part, because y'all know I gotta tell y'all the funny parts. There was a point in time where they were just talking about motherhood and stuff like that. Karlissa and Tasha K, and Karlissa was just like, "So how old are you?" And then Tasha K was just like, I'm 40 or something like that. She said 40 or 41, one of those, like early 40s. And then Clarissa was like, oh, that means you a baby then. Okay, you a baby. So then Tasha K was like, no, not really. No. My son not crazy like you though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So no, calm down. Because you could tell Tasha K was like, nah, baby, like, just because I'm younger than you by some years, my life is still better than you, even though I'm getting sued. You feel me? She was just trying to like, don't pop your ish too big on that one, right? In the words of Lisa Nicole, she was,
what about your lesbian relationship?
Okay, she was, what about your lesbian relationship? She was in one of those, okay? So she talked about at one point she was full line with this lady, right? And then because they started talking about like arrest history and stuff like that. Tasha K thought, she was down with the squad. She was just like, oh, you got arrested? I got arrested too, And Cardi B about to make me get arrested too because I'm finna bang on that hoe. Dope, but okay, that's besides the point. What you get arrested for? Oh, you got arrested for assault? Oh, no. No, mine was for like traffic tickets. Yeah. So she thought that she was like related, like they were gonna relate on something, but no. Karlissa got arrested because she beat down on that girl because I guess she was full line with the girl, right? One of her close friends, like licking the box, and then apparently the girl, I guess accidentally or purposely told one of the kids that she was gay, and then she got pissed because she was like, no, I'm not. I'm just experiencing, because she was young at that time. So she went to the lady house. And the lady was cooking, and I guess she had like a spatula or something like that. So I guess she thought that the lady was trying to be bold with the spatula. So next thing you know, she ran down on the lady and boo, 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 boo. And she tried to make it like a domestic dispute, so to get out of the charge, but she couldn't get out of the charge. So she was in and out of courts due to that and stuff. And she says her and the lady right now are still cool, right? They're still cool at that point. So yeah, right? So then after that, she started talking about like the bind of being in and out of court because of that. And then she was saying the reason why she feels like Rock is just like her when she was young. They used to do a lot of similar stuff. Like they used to do a lot of crazy stuff that was similar. And she said one day that what really broke her heart and made her really realize that she needed to like really tighten up is because she one day was watching Blueface. She came home, and Blueface one day was watching Snow. So I guess it turns out that they cut off the cable right before she came home. So he was literally watching Snow. So like watching the basic channels apparently. And she said she felt like a lot of guilt because of that. So yeah. And then after that happens or whatever, she starts talking about the fight between her and Blue. Okay, more in detail later, but a little bit now. She said that basically that Rock lied. So she said Rock lied due to the fact where she said that Blueface told her to jump on the mom. Karlissa said that never happened. She said John kind of insinuated, like, what if I let her jump on you? But she never said, no, like, hop on her, beat her butt right now. Like, she's claiming Blueface never said that. But y'all know Rock said that Blueface did summon her to beat her ass. Okay? So, she talked about Whack 100. So, Tasha K was like, so Whack 100, he had them Big Debbie cakes out the other day, it was pretty big. Ooh, them luscious cakes. So, how's your relationship with Whack 100? So she claims that her and Whack 100 during the beginning of Blueface's career were actually very cool in the beginning, but over time she thinks that Whack 100 got in Blueface's ear to be like, hey, your mom can be anything, everything business wise. You got to kind of like not cut her off, but like she can't be all up in, you know, your rap career. It can be all up in the rap business. Okay, so you're gonna have to lay down on Betty Girl. Okay, like, you feel me? That's what she kind of made it seem like also. And then Tasha K even asked her. But one thing I liked about Karlissa always looked out for the betterment of Blue. I'll say that. During this whole interview, it made me like her a little bit more because it made me realize who she was as a person. I know it made Kiki and Lass and do that kind of bit, but like it made me really do realize how much of a good person that she was as a mother when she was raising Blueface and the sister and all them, because the way she described it, it wasn't easy, like at all. So like it made me kind of respect her more and understand her more, because all we see of her is the social media stuff. So we obviously are thinking like this lady's wackadoodle crazy, like, you feel me? She doesn't know what she's talking about half the time. Like, she's a little nuts. So, but I like this interview. Like it really made her look good. It really did. So then Tasha asked her, how did you feel with him, you know, quitting football to become a rapper? Mm-hmm. So she was just like, she didn't really like hate it, but she rather him pursue something like that than just work at Walmart or something like that. That's what she kind of basically summarized. Like, I might as well have him do that and stuff like that. And then we get on the topic of Jaden Alexis. So Jaden Alexis was a huge part of this interview. She praised her a good amount. I'm not gonna lie, but kind of sideswiped her a little bit at certain points, because she said Jaden used to come over her house when they were younger for years and years and years and years and years at a time, right? Years and years and years at a time. And when they were younger, and she even had Jaden go on birth control because they were doing the nasty. Okay, all right. She was the Tatiana. Okay, we found that out at the end of the interview. I'm playing, but yeah, like they were doing the nasty and stuff like that. So she was just like, I didn't have him over there because when I found out that him and John, you know, were doing the nasty, I said, no, you got to get on this birth control. You're only going to come for a couple of days because he has to focus on his football career. So she made sure that was like an adamant thing because she wanted him to focus on football. I'm talking about, this is when they were like young high school type ish. So I'm like, damn, like y'all was getting down. Blueface was getting down. Okay. And it's funny because Clarissa's funny. She goes, over time, they just became losers. I was like, yeah. That was hilarious. Like, Clarissa's funny. So then after that, she even said that Blueface looked at her and said, one day looked at her and said, I'm going to be with her whether you like it or not. So if you don't like it, say it now. So I'm like, damn, Blue, I'm telling you, Blue was the big, by the time he was, 16, 17, 18. You feel me? Like, he was big dog. For you to say that to your mama, that's crazy. And some tea, y'all. Let me tell y'all some tea, okay? Karlissa said in the interview that John Blueface has like a eye. He always had an eye for Jaden, and she said the only time he'd ever seen him give like that eye of like in love is with Jiggy. So if y'all don't know, Jiggy is Lollipop, aka the girl that they had that throuple with. So yeah, when it was Jaden, Lollipop, and Blueface. So just saying. So they all started talking about Blueface's rapping, stuff like that. So Tasha's so shady. She's just like, so, Blueface, he don't really, rap on beat, you feel me? I wouldn't have him in my studio, but what did you think about his rapping styles and the songs? Like, what did you think about it? I want to know. So, of course, Karlissa didn't really love his style of music that he went for. She did say she liked Tatiana, and this this is the funniest part. So Karlissa was just like, yeah, like I like Tatiana. I thought it was interesting. Like I really liked it. And when Cardi B got on there, I liked it even better. So then Tasha K was just like, you don't know, you we don't really deal with her like that. They kind of cut it off. It seems like she said more and they like snipped it off. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know. Maybe I was tripping. Because her interviews, I'll say this, they're raw. You could tell they're not edited. But it's like she was going to say more and then she stopped talking at that point. So I was like, did they kind of snip that off? But she was like, we don't really deal with Cardi B. That was getting a dime out of me. So it looked like kind of, I'm just saying, it was funny. It was funny. I kikied at that point. And then after that point, Tasha asked her something very good. She was just like, did you feel the higher that he got, that he kind of iced you guys out? Like he didn't really care about you guys as much as he should have as he got bigger, right? So Karlissa was just like, yeah, like towards the end of the career. And another great correlation that Tasha made, that Blueface probably resented Karlissa because of the style of music that he was making. Karlissa didn't agree with it. Karlissa didn't like it. Karlissa didn't like it at all because it involved the gang culture, and that's something that she grew up around, and Clarissa's parents didn't even approve of. So that's something that made probably their relationship have a little strain in it because she didn't like the music that he was making. So yeah. Tasha, like I said, has a great way of making a connection with her guests that she interviews to really have them break down. Because Karlissa cried and got emotional about like two times in this interview, and it was about when Blueface threw the tantrum when the brother wasn't coming home, and then it was another point in time as well too, right? So she really did do a good job at this interview. And then another thing that she mentioned was the resentment, like I said, for the music. And then this is another funny part, right? So Karlissa was telling her all this information, and then she was just like, oh my God, maybe it's the wine. I'm drinking too much wine. Like, oh my God, it's so much wine. Like, maybe it's the wine. I'm just telling too much. And then Tasha K's like, no, it's okay. That's what it's for, bitch. The fuck? Sip some more, ho. Like, you get what I'm saying? In the back of her mind, she was like, yeah, girl, that's why I make you drink all this wine. So you can spill some tea and we can get fired. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And then they start talking about the boxing. So this Tasha K, she's shady too. She must be good at what she does, but she's shady. He brings up the boxing, right? About the Blueface boxing match. So she was just like, so, like usually like celebrities that they reach out for boxing, celebrity boxing, they're usually the ones who like they're usually the ones that like their career's not top. They're not really, getting booked like that. So, what did you think about him doing the boxing matches? Because it's like, yeah. Basically insinuating that like, hey, the reason why Blueface is doing these boxing matches is because like he's not the most relevant at this point. So I'm just kind of like, ooh, like, wow. I thought the mom was gonna snap, be like, "What you talking about? My son ain't itch no more." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like making it seem like Blueface fell off, which he kind of did a little bit musically. Not gonna lie, because of Chrisean now he's like hot, but yeah. But the mama, she handled it well. She was just like, well, like every opportunity is a good opportunity when you're a celebrity. You just got to make the most out of it. Blase, blase, blase. And she was just like, so, because you never know what might happen. One day you might be sitting down and interviewing with Tasha K. And I was like, good one, girl, good one. Okay, so they started talking about the throuple. So let's get to the throuple, you guys. So this is Jaden, Lollipop, which is AKA Jiggy, and Blueface. So they start talking about the throuple and how at one point they were like visiting John or staying with him for like a little bit, which is the mama and sister, Blueface sister. And Jaden at one point wasn't getting along with Jiggy. She wasn't getting along with Jiggy because she felt as if Jiggy they were getting into it at one point about, I guess, Blueface or something at that point. So Jaden was just like, oh, Jiggy, she's really taller than me, like she could really beat my A or whatever. And Blueface's sister, y'all already know her and Jaden were tight at one point, so she was just like, oh, like I got your back, I got your back, I got your back. So when John ended up getting into the argument and ended up kicking them out, she felt like, wow, like you didn't even try to stand up for us, and now you got this other girl in this house. So if they turn against you, you're gonna be on your own. You're not gonna have nobody to defend you. Which I was like, that's a good point, Karlissa. So. And it kind of backfired on Jaden because now he's not really with both of them at all anymore. But y'all know how Blue is. He probably secretly, allegedly, low-key dating Blueface and not really saying nothing. I'm just saying, right? So we get to the Blueface versus Rock fight, okay? So she basically explained it like this. Jaden was living with them at one point in time, right? And then ended up moving out and stuff like that because she got pregnant. Like she wasn't, I guess her and Blueface were going through it, especially because he was heavily dealing with Rock at the time. So Rock ended up moving in. When Rock moved in, and they had them, and Karlissa was staying at Blueface's place with the husband due to her helping out the restaurant. Okay, Bluefish Fish and Soul, right? So she felt like she gonna just stay there and help her son out. So she was just like, okay, this really what we gonna do, son. You're not messing with Jaden no more, and you messing with Rock now. This what we gonna do, son. So she basically explained it like, hey, at the end of the day, whatever my son wants to do, I'm gonna go with what he wants to do. It is what it is. Like, that's my son. I'm gonna ride for him. So a lot of moms do like that, and y'all know Blueface's mom. I feel like she really does call to Blueface a lot because y'all know Blueface gets away with a lot, right? So and Jaden at the time wasn't really feeling Karlissa at that point, so she was just like, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna just see how this Rock girl is and blase blase. So she said she took Rock under her wings. And then there was working one day at Bluefish's Fish and Soul, and this lady came there, one of those psychic ladies, and was just like, so you do know that you are going to be in charge of her for a short period of time. And then she was like, what? She said she got in, she got into it with the psychic lady because she didn't want to hear that. Like, she was just like, she got too much on her plate. The last thing she need to do is be worried about Rock. Fuck is you geeky fool, putting her under her arm. You get what I'm saying? Like, under her wing. You feel me? So then she was saying that she took Rock under her wing, was driving her places, doing all of this, and y'all, now the Chin gets brought into it, and they refer to her as the Chin Natalie, in the words of Gutta K, Natalie. Okay, the Chin got into it, and we find out how much Rock made for Baddies South. Okay, we find out how much Rock made for Baddies South. She made $20K, you guys. $20K.
Natalie, stop it!
Like, are you serious? Like, bro, that girl brought so much entertainment to that show. A lot of people subscribe to Zeus for Rock, and this is all that you guys could have gave her. It's really sad. And then she even told us during the interview, she told Rock, don't be going in there fighting, try to promote your music as much as possible. And y'all see how that turned out. She just went in there fighting. She was just like, try to promote your music as much as possible, don't give them too much, And then she was just like, what she saw online, she gave $100K performance with a $20K salary. So I'm like, damn, like they really swindle Rock. Okay, and this is all alleged, and this is all Klarissa's words. Okay, just saying. And then says Natalie lied about the swindling, because you guys know Natalie basically was saying how at one point was trying to take Rock's check and put it into her bank account and stuff like that. So she was saying Natalie made that up. She only was doing that to get more press for Baddies South. Like, that never happened, blah, 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 all this stuff, right? And then y'all already know Tasha K had to agree with her, because Tasha K, if you guys don't know, doesn't get along with Natalie. They're not cool, because she's reported on a lot of stuff that Natalie has done, and Natalie doesn't like it. So she was just like, yeah, the chin, her chin about as big as this lawsuit I got, stupid asshole. So that was kind of funny that they kind of related on not liking them. And then they start talking about The dog. So the fight. Let's continue with the fight. So the dog, Chrisean's dog, one day they came home, her and Blueface. The dog ran on top of the counter. Mind you, Clarissa's husband is allergic to dogs. So thank God the husband wasn't around at the time. So the dog jumped on the counter. Mind you, there was panties on the counter. The house was a mess. So Karlissa was cleaning at that time. Rock and Blueface came. Both of them probably were inebriated or drunk from what she's claiming the dog jumped on there, and then she was basically going off on Blue like, oh my god, like, why you keep this house dirty? And then Rock was just like, why are you talking to my daddy like that, bro? Yeah, fucking she geeking food. She talking to my daddy like that, bro. Like, nah, what you trying to do, bro? Yeah, fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, yeah.
Fuck you keeping for, bro? Fuck.
So she was going off, and Blueface did something and basically triggered her. So she triggered Rock being like, oh yeah, and she don't even F with you like that, Rock. She just doing it just because I'm saying it. Like, she don't, basically saying Karlissa don't mess with Rock like that. She's just doing it because she told her to, right? Y'all. Next thing you know, Rock starts getting into her face and stuff like that. Before she got into her face, that's when she threw the jars, the mason jars, you guys. You would have thought she would have joined the Illuminati. She threw mason jars. She threw the jars or whatever at her. She claimed that it barely hit Rock. It barely missed her, something like that. And then next thing you know, that's when she started getting into Blue's face. I mean, getting into Rock's face. Rock started to get into Clarissa's face. Y'all. This is what was funny. She says, next thing you know, she feels these blows. She feels these blows just hit her. And then next thing you know, she on the floor and she look up and then she sees Blue surprised that Rock's just kicking her. And that the part that I say is funny is because she said that she was just like, what's this? I feel this pain out of nowhere. So y'all know how Rock like to sneak people. So she did a persuasion. So she did a boop, 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 like, you know how Rock does, like she hits really fast. So she did that to Karlissa. Karlissa ended up getting knocked to the ground. And Karlissa said she ended up bawling she started getting into like a fetal position. And that's when I guess Blueface was just like, no, like she looked up at Blueface and Blueface looked so like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And then separated her. And that's what happened, y'all. So that's what happened with the fight, you guys. That's what happened with the fight. Okay. And then she also claimed that Jaden is a very clean person, was saying Jaden's not the same as Rock. Like, she keeps a clean house. She puts the kids to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she was giving her props too. But she also said some things like certain things that Blueface would give her money to get for like the son or get for the house and stuff like that. She wouldn't do, like basically be like on some shady type stuff, like sly type stuff. That's what Karlissa kind of claimed, right? So after the fight, of course, the mom and the husband stuff moved out and quit the restaurant. She said a lot of people that worked there quit, y'all, because they didn't like what happened. They saw how hard the mom was working and didn't like that. So it's not good. That's not good. Is the restaurant still open? Because I haven't checked. Is the restaurant up in business? Did they get new management? Because I remember Blue was looking for new management and stuff like that. And Tasha asked her about the knot being pulled out of her head. So Jade, the mom was kind of funny with it. She was just like, not gonna lie. When I seen the fight that happened, because we talked about the fight that happened outside on Hollywood Boulevard, and then also the knot being pulled out. She was saying how she did laugh at the fight that happened outside because she felt like it was karma. So she had to ask God for forgiveness, and she didn't make it comedic. Don't misconstrue my words. She didn't make it like comedic, but she was just like, she laughed when she saw it because she was still at a point of anger from getting kicked in her face by Rock. But afterwards, she texts Blue like, hey, you can't be doing that. Like, that's not right. Her and Blueface are not in consistent communication from what it seems like, but she says he doesn't have her blocked because he likes to hear what she has to say. Okay, she does feel like this is a phase that he's going through at Rock, and it's because of the money. So he feels as if like because of all the money that Blue's making, eventually he's gonna stop and wake up from it one day and not want to deal with her. So yeah, and then also about how she feels about the knot. She was saying from what she heard from somebody from the camp, from Blueface's camp, that he snatched the phone from him, tried to run in, and that's when he stopped. Which we know that's what everybody kind of claimed that happened too, because the phone got snatched and everything like that. But at the end, Tasha K basically was telling her, like, you need to stop enabling him. She was just like, okay, like, what I'm getting from it is, it's a lot of coddling that's going on in the relationship with you and Blue, and he needs a man figure to stop the coddling. And you could tell Blueface mama was just like, okay, like, this lady's right, but I still don't want to say, like, you're 100% right. So she started going to, like, the scriptures and stuff like that. But Tasha was making some good points towards the end. So yeah, that's what the interview ended off with. They toasted at the end. Oh, let's get a toast. Oh, we out of wine anyway. We gotta end the interview. So it ended basically like that. It was a really good interview. 2 hours worth. So it was a lot of stuff. I tried to cover all the most important stuff, of course. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. If you did watch the interview, let me know what you guys thought about this recap. Any important tidbits. Give me your thoughts on it down below. Entertainers, we are out, babies.
No personal.